This sode would not be possible without the support of our listeners, patrons, and sponsors. If you'd like to learn more about supporting the 3-Bit Gamer Show, check us out on Patreon at patreon.com/3BG. And a huge thanks goes out to our boss-level patrons, Christopher and Patrick.
Hey there, it's the best damn podcast.
Oh boy, can we tone that down a bit, JD? And make sure to mention your favorite movie studio.
Come on, man. We have to do
I
this.
can't believe we signed this stupid contract.
Well, you did, so you'll do what I say, or else, huh?
It's
The best darn podcast around. Disney's 3-Bit Gamer Show.
This is Asmodan. Welcome to the 3-Bit Gamer Show.
Hey, it's us, and it's the Disney Cast.
Will you love a pep in that step, JD?
We love you, Disney parent company.
So happy to be here.
Trent's smiling, and the birds are I can't do this anymore. Welcome to the 3-Bit Gamer Show. I'm JD.
This is Mickey. I've replaced Peterson.
And this is Trent.
Oh, man.
And we're going to be suckling on the teat of the mouse today.
Look, they're going for monopoly on everything.
They bought our podcast just so we talk about Disney Plus for like half the episodes.
Yeah,
So prepare yourself for
buckle up.
that. Right. Kudos is our positivity segment. We like to give a shout out to something we love. And I mean, do you want to just start with it?
So we're contractually obligated. No. I wanted...
Gonna get sued now.
Oh, definitely going to get sued.
They're like, wait, did we sign a contract with these guys?
God.
I mean, we're big enough. We might.
We're gonna get a cease and desist. It's like a contract.
Ooh, that'd be great.
It is a
That
contract
would mean
of
we
sorts.
made it, right?
That's right. No, my kudos is to Disney Plus. It was launched this week. We've been hearing about it. Now, I will caveat this with saying that there was a few launch issues that people have had. I did not experience any of those.
I got one. Just the Wreck-It Ralph screen where you just every time like the first day, every time I loaded into a movie, I just got Wreck-It Ralph screen. We're working on it. Come back later, and you just had to keep hitting refresh.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I think my wife did say that she had a hard time watching Frozen and Moana for my daughter.
A little busy on
Are we
those.
surprised?
Those ones were overloaded.
Yeah, some people literally just got Disney Plus for that.
So the best
I
part...
can get Frozen for $7.
Yeah.
What?
$7 a month?
Unlimited Frozen.
Yeah, unlimited Frozen, because otherwise I burn through a DVD a month with my daughter.
So that's kind of true. So immediately, I worked from home that day, not because of this. I just did because I didn't want to go in. Because I worked from home because I was so excited for Disney Plus. And, we got it set up.
From home.
And my wife booted it up, and I go in the room, and my daughter's in there. And my wife's trying to show Lily, she's trying to show her, what was it? I think it was The Little Mermaid. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Old school Little Mermaid, just, hey,
So
let's watch
good.
this. And she's like, I want her to love it, right?
Yeah.
Nope. Lily just wanted to watch Frozen, which is on repeat in our van right now.
Nonstop.
Nonstop.
So now you have it in your house.
House and van. She's watched it several times. My older boys are having fun with the Marvel movies.
Oh.
But she cannot stop. And right when we started it up and she saw all the princesses, just going through the movies, she just started dancing.
Oh my gosh.
In the living room, just dancing around so excitedly, just singing, and it was crazy.
That's amazing.
I love it.
This is
though.
what Disney does.
That's the problem. It's the drug we're all addicted to. I checked out a few things already. Gargoyles, some of the old classics.
Dude.
We watched half of the new Lady and the Tramp.
Is it any
I
good?
skimmed it.
I have always had a problem with Lady and the Tramp.
I didn't like it to begin with.
Because I feel sad for Lady through the entirety of the film. She's just getting shit
you
on
grew
the
up
whole
with Cocker
movie.
Spaniels,
And I
too,
grew up
so
with
you've got
Cocker
this
Spaniels.
soft spot.
And it just makes me so sad. It's
Oh
like
my
hard
gosh.
to. It's legit hard to watch.
She gets the muzzle put on her.
Oh, don't even. So yeah, it
Don't
is,
you dare bring up the muzzle.
It is good. But one thing, because I was reading about it for the show, and because we're doing a segment on it later, but I came across something I didn't know they were doing is Marvel's What If. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Trent gets it. Marvel's
Yeah.
What If you guys don't know, it's like a comic anthology where they just go into like different alternate reality or alternate history storylines. So like, let me read some of these that are just like off volume 1. What if Spider-Man had joined the Fantastic Four?
Nice.
What if the Hulk had the brain of Bruce Banner? So some of these have like kind of been explored, and the thing is that I believe.
Wasn't one of them like, what if Peggy Carter took the super soldier serum?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
like
so
that.
what they do is, and I think what they're doing is they're taking the current MCU, using all the MCU storylines, and it's going to be animated with the voice actors from the MCU. So all
That's
those
pretty
voice
cool.
actors have been, not all of them, but a lot of them have committed to doing it. So yeah, dude, let's see. What if Ghost Rider, Spider-Woman, and Captain Marvel were villains?
I'm just excited to have all of this content out there. A lot of the stuff on there, the movies that I remembered liking as a kid, that I wanted to show my kids. Some of the old stuff, like Flight of the Navigator's on there.
I sent Justin a text of that like the second I saw it on there.
I was like, "What?" I've looked for that movie on Netflix.
I remember watching
so many
that movie
times.
on VHS like over and over because we
So many
recorded
times.
off the Disney Channel.
Bedknobs and Broomsticks. I want to show my kids that.
Gummy Bears was my first thing.
Gummy Bears. The Adventures of Gummy
Yeah.
Bears. Dude, that's I
Annie
might talk
loved it.
about
I was
that
singing
later.
that theme song over and over all
That's
day.
what it is. You say Gummy Bears
Yeah.
to someone from our
Like,
generation,
Gummy
and it's like
Bears.
bouncing here and there and everywhere the whole time.
So good, dude.
So kudos to Disney Plus. A lot of our childhoods and a lot of new stuff. I don't know. I'm not going to be able to get through all the shit I want to watch on there for a year. There's a
That's
considerable
okay, though.
amount of
My
shit
kids are already through it all.
already.
It feels like
His
it.
kids are back to Netflix.
Like,
They're done.
this sucks.
Browsing Netflix. There's
All right,
nothing
you can
to
cancel
watch.
the Disney Plus now. I have 3 years of it, so I'm set.
Oh.
The other thing is TV related. Also, Rick and Morty, the season 4 premiere is out. It's on
Disney
Adult
Plus?
Swim's website and Disney Plus, along with everything. All of
Disney
Netflix is on
Plus?
Disney Plus now. They just added the entire Netflix catalog.
It's just like a subcategory.
It's just in Disney bought everyone.
Is that on
Everyone.
Netflix? I don't know. It's on
Yeah.
Disney Plus though. Netflix is on Disney Plus.
Netflix is on Disney Plus. Wait, when is
you
someone
have to
gonna say,
launch all of these streaming services from
Through
inside
Disney-
Disney Plus.
Disney Plus
There's
is like
still
Steam. It's like
a
the
different
launcher.
service. Yeah, it's a launcher.
When is
Ugh.
someone going to start saying Disney Plus and chill?
Disney Plus, and,
Dude, I've already seen it.
You have?
Yep.
Dude.
They said Disney Plus and Soak is the Utah County version.
Was Netflix and Soak a thing too?
No, because Netflix has R-rated stuff on it.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Clean Flicks and Soak.
Netflix and
Don't move.
Dude, Game of Thrones is on Clean Flicks.
Sinner.
I want to know how that works
What?
out.
I
don't know.
thought CleanFlix is illegal. I thought they deemed
They
that
found,
they
they
were.
never
found, oh no,
know.
VidAngel. Sorry, VidAngel.
Oh,
It's all
Which
the
is
same.
even weirder because you can like customize what you want censored. So
Like,
you can say like,
do
I
you
want
wanna-
the language, but I don't want the nudity.
Like, do you want to hear
Boobs,
the hound
yes.
say the C
Language,
word
no.
over and over?
but I
and
do
over.
want to see all the C words.
boobs, yes, but we have to call them something a little softer.
Yeah. Okay. Bubs.
Melons,
Bubs.
It's just.
bubs.
Anyway, yeah, Rick and Morty does not have a CleanFlix version. This episode, I think it's awesome. It is going to show, if it's a sign of what's to come in season 4, I'm really excited. They did, spoiler alert, multiple timeline like Rick and Morty's. Which I
I haven't
always
seen
love.
the show yet, so let's not spoil anything for me.
It was a 10 out of 10 for me. It was dope.
Wow.
Shut up, Trent. You're not going to remember anything.
Dang it, I'll watch it.
Yeah,
I was
you-
going to wait, but I'm not waiting now.
No, it's super good. Live from the 3-Bit Gamer Show. The news.
There it is.
Every time. All right. Our news this week, as with every week, is brought to you by Crave Cookies. Crave Cookies is an amazing cookie, soda, and pretzel shop here in Midvale, Utah.
Mm-hmm.
Midvale.
And we have the purveyor of Crave here with us today to tell us what your Crave Cookie of the week is, I guess, next week when people will be listening to this.
Yeah, did we decide on a name here?
Maybe we
could
ask
throw
our
it to the
listeners.
Discord.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
you guys
Gosh.
want to just help us.
So let's throw this one to the Discord. So the cookie itself, it is a Reese's cookie. So the dough itself has Reese's Pieces in it.
Like crunched up Reese's Pieces in it?
Or full Reese's
like full
Pieces.
Reese's Pieces in it. And then it's stuffed with a full-size Reese's peanut butter cup. So it's like the Oreo one,
Right.
but Reese's.
Right.
Okay.
One of the ideas we were throwing around was E.T.
The ET,
Reese's
but you have to
Pieces?
be a certain age because there was
To
no ET
understand the reference,
sequels
Because
or,
it was just the
or
like,
TV shows.
Those commercials would always go.
Ow.
Reese's Pieces were a thing in ET.
I don't know. What's like a peanut butter based pun?
I don't know.
So yeah, we'll
Throwing
have
it to Discord. You guys let us know suggestions for it.
Yeah, if you think of a good name for the chocolate peanut butter cookie,
The chocolate nutter. I don't know.
the chocolate peony.
Chocolate
Chocolate peony. Peterson needs to quit pushing this. If you
Chocolate
want to hear
peony.
Peterson advocate for chocolate peony for 5 straight minutes, you'll have to get on our freaking Patreon and listen because it is mortifying.
It's fine.
All right, so yeah, check out Crave Cookies. Delicious. Right now, you guys got an oatmeal chocolate chip / oatmeal raisin cookie.
It's not the same cookie, though. They're two different cookies.
Ew. Oh, that'd be a trick.
But you don't know
Oatmeal
which
raisin
one.
chocolate chip.
dude, it's a
It's
mystery.
like every
Oatmeal.
flavor of beans. You order the oatmeal cookie,
Yeah.
and then we just give you one.
we just put fucking
No, we have them
broccoli in
both
it.
on the menu, so you can try either of them. It's like a competition this week. to
Dope.
See which
Oh,
one does
chocolate
better.
wins.
I'm sure everyone can guess
Get outta
what's
here,
doing
raisins.
better.
Crave Cookies. Okay. Right. So on to the news. We don't have a lot of news, but we do have we kind of have news.
But there's 3 newses.
There's 3 newses. So first off, we'll just get this out really quick. Star Wars is now in Fortnite, and the link I put in,
Of course.
is the letter V. Yeah. So Star Wars. I think they added a Star Wars skin. I think it's the it's like a
Stormtrooper.
stormtrooper. So you can play as a stormtrooper in Fortnite now.
which is kind of cool. Fortnite
can
gets
just
everything.
get anything they want.
They had a Marvel
wacky.
crossover.
Well, I think it's officially
have
it's
a
all
partnership
Disney
with
stuff.
Disney.
It's a Disney thing now.
Does Disney own Epic now?
Why not?
Did Disney buy
Fortnite
Epic?
is a Disney game.
Maybe that's their play. If Disney was to buy any game studio, what would be the most likely studio?
Not Fortnite. Not
EA?
Epic.
No.
Not EA. Because EA's got too much of a bad reputation now. Disney's not
Epic.
going to buy that.
Epicot.
I like
They
Epic.
call it.
Epic Cot.
Epicot.
Epicot. Tot.
Wait.
Cot. I
Cot.
said Epicot.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Epicac.
Ipecac.
The syrup.
It has to be Epic. Anyway, so our other piece of news. This one
It's so good.
I don't know. I guess it's
I'm
just
bummed by it.
I'm
I
like
want it to be good.
Vindicated. This is what
Vindicated,
it
right?
is.
Because I don't really like to take joy in others' misery, especially. Well, I do think Google's like the devil.
Depends on whose misery.
I know, and I don't really care for Google, but I do think that they were trying to do something that was good for
That's
the
why
game industry.
JD only uses Ask Jeeves.
And DuckDuckGo. No, I tried to switch to DuckDuckGo. Their image search is terrible. So let me read this headline. Google's
Ask
ambitious new
Jeeves.
video game service is starting to look
Hot
like a
bod.
giant mess, and it isn't even live yet,
this is Google Stadia.
which is going to be out, I believe, by the time you're listening to this podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah, November 19th. So 16, 17, 18, 19. Yep, the day you listen to this podcast.
Oh, man.
The second most important thing launching on that day is Google Stadia.
Is
And
it Stadia or Stadia?
we have never
I
determined
say
that.
Stadia because, like,
I thought it was
stadium.
Stadia.
We were saying Thanos wrong for a while. People got really
I
mad about
still
that.
do it, and I know it's wrong, and I can't
What,
stop.
Thanos?
Yeah, I say Thanos.
Jenna calls Han Solo Han Solo, and I don't correct her because I'm like, she's just using the Lando pronunciation.
Han?
'Cause
Han.
He also calls him Han. So she just uses the
Is
Lando,
Lando like a space
accent.
hick?
It's like an accent.
Han.
Han!
Or like a Midwesterner.
Like the rural part of the galaxy.
Han.
Just
Han
change
Solo.
the original trilogy
Han.
for everybody. Han
Yeah.
is a hick, or Lando's
So
a hick.
anyway, Google Stadia. I just got to go through these because it's like a bullet pointed list of all the shit that's gone wrong with this. And if you guys remember, when they originally announced this, I went on record to say that I think it's going to be a giant mess. It's not going to be something that they are actually going to be able to execute on because they don't understand the industry well. And I would say exactly what I said was right, because based on these mistakes and shortcomings and missteps and failures, it's all coming from a misunderstanding of the game. So,
But can I just jump in and say they're doing so much worse than we predicted?
that's a really good point.
Like so much
I didn't
worse
think it'd
than
be
I
this
thought.
bad. I thought it when I think I was talking about it, I was like, they're going to have issues because no one's going to be able to connect or get internet fast enough.
Right.
And then they're obviously going to have any issues that any kind of new entrant to the gaming industry faces. I always think about Ouya. The Ouya is like, here's the thing, dude. If it was that easy to launch a new console makers would do it. Sega would go get a huge cash loan from somebody, and they would do it because they have the experience. It's not that easy, and that's, I think, what people just underestimate when they try to do this. Remember when Steam was like, they launched the Steam machines? How did those work out? They have like their controller, remember, that had like the
I'm
two
sure they're still around.
touchpads?
I mean, they're just
They're
computers.
around.
They don't sell them anymore. They stopped making
Oh,
them.
did they?
Yeah, and so it's like even Steam,
Because
who
if you're going to
does
be a
know
PC
this,
game, like if you're going to game on a PC, you want to be able to.
Well, and like
push it a little
the
bit.
connection wasn't good. It was a mess.
which is the problem they're facing here is, well, one of the problems. So we'll just go down these. There are 12 games launching with the service.
12?
25% of which are Tomb Raider.
And only one of which is an original title that you can't get anywhere
A
else.
full 12 games though?
A full 12.
This is not impressive.
Samurai Showdown, Just Dance 2020, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I mean, if these are not like selling, these aren't going to move consoles. These are
Right.
not going to encourage people to
And
buy
what's
it.
what's the exclusive game?
Something I've never heard of.
Is it Kine or is it Guilt?
It's Spellkine.
Kine or Gylt?
It's Guilt.
Yeah, it's Guilt. It's like it looks actually kind of cool. Is it cool enough to?
Is it a Stadia seller?
No.
Is it going to fill the
I mean,
Stadia?
for a console that comes out in less than a week, and I've not heard anything.
I don't know anything about this game.
exclusive.
No, exactly. There's major limitations with the launch units. So if you have one of the Chromecast Ultras, which is what this thing runs on, it's a super high end Chromecast. Yours isn't going to work.
You gotta get one of
You
these.
have to go get.
Same thing.
You have
but
to get the exact same device, but it has to be the ones that shipped with the specific firmware that
Oh
can
my
run
gosh.
Stadia. Until they update the existing ones, you won't be able to use your thing unless
Mind
you go get another
their
one.
selling point was you would be able to play on any screen. Any
But,
screen. with
but
an
the
internet
only
connection.
screens, is this the next bullet point, is what it's on currently?
It is.
You can only play it. The only mobile device you can play it on is a Pixel.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yes, you can only play it on a Pixel,
No iOS devices.
or a laptop with a Chrome browser, or a TV with a Chromecast Ultra.
But
But
only
it's
this
only,
Chromecast
yeah,
Ultra.
It's only Pixel 2 though. If you have a Pixel 1, no.
Get out of here. Pixel 1.
Pixel 3, not either.
So
Pixel
iOS, nothing. Who has a Google Pixel phone? Honestly, outside of San Francisco, like anybody.
They're really cool,
Uh-huh.
but
There's just
I
a
don't
ton
know
of
anyone
there's a
with
ton
one.
of functionality. Like there's state share where you could be like, I'm playing a game at this point, and you just grab it and
yeah, but
send it
that's
to a
not
buddy.
active yet, right?
Nope, that's how.
Isn't there
that was a big selling point. For
What's
them.
with the button on it? There's a.
There's a Google Assistant.
Oh, but it's not active yet either.
there's
It's
Google
actually a button on the hardware, on the controller.
it
it's
won't
like-
do anything.
Your
right now.
controller has Siri on it.
It has essentially Siri on it, but Siri doesn't work.
Like broken
So
Siri.
it's just
So
a
here's
non-functional button
here's the
at launch. This
experience
button doesn't do
you get.
anything right now.
If you have everything perfect, right? You have the proper Chromecast Ultra. You have another one that's now
Mind you,
collecting
you've
dust.
already paid your $150.
You can play 12
You're
games.
150 bucks in. You can play 12 games, 11 of which are at least a year
You've
old.
either already played
And
or never wanted
let's
to play.
probably set this record straight. You could probably buy all 12 currently for less than the cost of the Chromecast Ultra.
Absolutely. Just wait till Christmas. You can get all of these for like a combined $50, maybe.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and
Except for Guilt, I guess.
and from what I've read, the amount of like connecting to them is not like
It's
guaranteed. And if you have if your internet is not ideal, which we've always known all along, you can't even have this experience. So
This is crazy.
I guess good luck to
Why are they even
Google.
launching it? It doesn't sound like they're close to ready.
Honestly,
haven't they learned?
Google
like,
does this stuff. They just launch. They run out products. They launch them way too early. They crash and burn, and then they just
And then they drop it.
they take a huge write down on their taxes, and they're like, "Cool, mission accomplished."
Guess it didn't work. Oh,
Sweet.
well.
Oh darn,
tried
didn't
that.
work. Well, let's go drop another like $500 billion of people's capital. Yeah. Okay.
So good.
So this is the big piece of news this week. That if I have to be honest, I didn't even know this was a thing, but it is a Microsoft Xbox convention / press announcement event.
Didn't know what it was until I saw it in the doc.
Never even heard of it before.
No,
It's
th-
XO19.
This is where I think they announced last year. They announced the new Xbox console. So they had announced like the specs on it. The first specs we got were at their thing last year in Mexico City. Do you not remember that?
I don't.
One of the
It was
cool
in
things,
Mexico City?
Yeah, they do this convention all over the place. So normally, like big conventions, tech conventions are going to be
Always at the same place.
California
Okay.
or something like
So
that.
here's why. There's only been 4 of these events. There was the XO1, which was in 2001. It was in France. XO2 was in 2002 in Spain. XO3 was in France
Let's
in
jump into
2003.
19.
And then no XO4, XO5, and XO6 were held in 05 and 06. And then you're right, until last year, which was XO18. So they had a 12-year gap where they didn't do this. So now that's XO18, XO19. And it sounds like
They did
last
this one
year's was a
in
mess.
Where'd they do this one? This one was in like Portugal or something.
I will tell you.
Weird.
XO19.
It was in London. You
So
sound
close.
like you're
London.
from London.
So close. Portugal and London are
Basically.
Close-ish.
They're the
Basically
same
neighbors.
continent.
It's like saying Washington and Southern California.
Okay. So anyway, they have an Xbox announcement for a bunch of different games, and I think that most of them looked really awesome. So we're going to
There
break
was
down a
some
few
really
that we're
cool
really
stuff.
stoked on.
Yeah.
I have to start with this because I'm so excited. I can't not. Age of Empires 4 gameplay trailer's out now.
We saw it.
Age of Empires 4. I think anyone listening to this probably has already seen me freaking out on social media about it. But I've been waiting for this game for a decade, more than a decade. I am over the moon about it. It looks like they're going back to the medieval roots, the fantasy, or not the fantasy, the medieval
Knights
I don't
and
know,
Archers
knights and
and
archers,
stuff
and
like
that
that.
type of shit. The physics look really good. It actually reminded me. There's this GIF I'll post in our Discord channel. And if you guys need that, just reach out and we'll send it to you. But it's a GIF that someone made a while back, and I remember I've always remembered it because it shows off what the original Age of Empires 2 could look like with realistic physics added in.
Oh,
And
that's
it's
awesome.
essentially a bunch of trebuchets launching projectiles at a castle, and in the original Age of Empires 2, the castle just kind of lights on fire, then eventually falls down. But in this, different parapets and different like parts of the castle start
like
to collapse,
crumbling.
and they crumble, and you see the bricks and the stones fall away, and it's really, really cool. And I always thought, this is something that floats around the Age of Empires community. Is this particular GIF? I've seen it 100 times because people are like, "Oh, it would be so cool to see this type of stuff in Age and Empires 4, and it would be really cool." And I honestly think they thought of this GIF. I honest to God feel like this was part because they showed multiple things within this 1-minute gameplay trailer that showed off exactly those physics.
Like buildings crumbling.
Crumbling, yeah. And it's so awesome. I cannot wait to check it out. Again, people are like not entirely sure like how much of it's gameplay versus how much of it. So in Age of Empires 3 especially, but in Age of Empires 2 and all those other ones, they used the games in like the in-game physics engine to do the cinematics. They just manipulated the camera in a certain way that they could, and they could do that with like developer
older games
tools.
were, yeah.
Yeah, and so that's exactly what they did with these. And so people are like, well, maybe they're just cinematics, and they show so they can say, oh, it's gameplay because it's a cinematic
Of-
using
the engine.
The engine. Either way, I'm really excited for it. I have no idea what's coming, but it looks like it's in a really good state right now. And I'm just stoked.
Awesome.
I'm so stoked.
Age of Empires 4. This is JD's.
This
is his favorite-
This is my
favorite
white
game.
whale.
This
This
is-
is my white whale. This is something I have been hunting and wanting for so long. Because this predates, like Age of Empires predates like my deepest nerdery in games. Because when I was playing Age of Empires, it was like I didn't play a lot of games.
That
And
was
it
all
like-
you played.
Yeah, it was like all I played, and then after that, it was like playing tons and tons of stuff. But before that, so I'm so stoked. Talk about these other ones.
There was a game they released, and JD showed me the trailer for this one called West of Dead. It looks like a Western in the afterlife.
Ron Perlman, I saw it described as Ron Perlman Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
Because it is Ron
like a
Perlman's the
Western,
voice.
kind of like Sin City-ized, too.
Yep. It's kind of got that aspect of it. It's
You're a cowboy with a flaming skull head.
And it's like an isometric action-adventure game. And it looks like it's combining a lot of different gameplay elements too, though. It's not just a basic like run and shoot.
Yeah, he was like in the trailer we saw. He's running around and shooting, and it's like a fast gameplay, right? There's multiple guys on the screen, and he's shooting at all of them, but he's also jumping behind cover, and so it looks like there's a cover mechanic, and this is all happening
powers
very
and
quickly.
things.
Powers, bouncing bullets off the walls.
I guarantee you, there's an ability that freezes time, so you can
find a place to
figure out the situation and stuff. I think they're gonna have tons of different ones.
The art style's really cool. It's how do you describe it? It reminded me. I don't know.
It's like indie. I don't
yeah,
know. It's just
yeah.
indie. Like
Indie art.
It's just like a little bit smoothed over. It's not
A
like
little bit nicer than what you would expect from an indie title.
right.
Yeah,
It's
it's like a
not-
nice. If you've seen the game Ape Out, it reminded me of that a little bit. It's just because it wasn't detailed graphics.
Yeah, so
but it wasn't not detailed.
If you can think
right?
of like Path of Exile, that's the one you played.
no,
What's the one you played?
Path of
Divinity.
Exile is like the
Oh,
Diablo.
yeah,
clone.
yeah. When you played Divinity, so picture Divinity graphics and then just turn it down by like 5 notches, right?
yeah,
And that's kind of like
and
what
everything
you got.
moves fast. It looked really cool. So check it out. West of Dead.
Yeah, we'll be posting all these.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, we got Everwild.
Speaking of art styles,
So
Yeah,
pretty.
this is. I feel like this is just the category. It's a Jenna game. It's tons of cute animals. The main character is some gal who, quite frankly, looks like my character from Skyrim. White hair, scar on her face, looks super badass. But she's out there like helping and saving animals.
it's like
they're so
running around in
cute.
like a really pretty nature setting, and the animals are cute. They're not all like
Of the minute-long
Horrifying
trailer,
looking.
there is, I think, anywhere from 5 to 10 seconds of just 2 baby warthogs nuzzling their mom. I mean,
Yeah.
that's where we're at on cuteness here.
but there is there's like a a battle element to it.
Yep.
There was a quick scene it showed where she's goes up to a cave and she sees the glowing eyes inside and a
Spooky
growling.
monster. Yeah, so there's definitely going to be some conflict. They didn't really reveal a lot about gameplay.
No, it just
unfortunately.
looks like a.
It just looks great.
It just looked really cool. It was a good. It was a good release trailer.
Yeah. Everwild. Yeah, all these were so good. It was like they were all made by the same, like within the same principles. They're like, this is what your trailer should do. This is how it should present itself. Because they all felt pretty similar in length and in turn and scope, like what they showed off. So what's this next one?
The next one is called Grounded.
AKA
This is a Honey I Shrunk the Kids.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. The
So
video
if you
game.
never saw Honey I Shrunk the Kids, go back and watch
Yes.
it.
It's
And
on
then
Disney
watch the
Plus,
trailer.
right?
Peak Moranis.
Oh, yeah.
It's on Disney Plus. Go watch
I bet
it.
it is.
Oh man, for sure it's on there.
So
Whoa.
Grounded.
Everything.
Grounded is the scene in Honey I Shrunk the Kids where they're in the front yard and all the this water, and
giant
the
flying
sprinklers
ants
and the
and-
ants, and that's this. There's 4 kids because it's co-op, and you're running around you've been shrunken. You're running around in the yard, and you're picking up like sticks, the sharp sticks to use as items. And so it looked like there was loot. It looked like there was a building mechanic because it looked like they were building a base to defend against the ant attack.
Oh.
And you're just running around in an open world type of game where it's all you're running around in a yard, but it's all huge, which made it look really interesting to me.
Yeah.
Because it's just everything looked cool. It's made by Obsidian, which is interesting because those are the
They
guys
just
who
did Outer
did the
Worlds.
Outer Worlds.
Uh-huh.
So they've got a decent pedigree. So I'm interested. I'm definitely interested. It looked really fun.
And these are all Microsoft exclusives, I'm guessing then?
This one's
There.
going to be on. I think it said this one's going to be on Games Pass
Okay.
on release. The other thing from XO19 was just lots of Games Pass news. I've said it 100,000 times. if you guys are not in Games Pass, just get in. Everything is coming on there. They are doing everything.
It's what, $10 a month?
Sponsored by Microsoft and by Disney. You guys thought this was a small podcast. It is not.
Yeah, we're a big deal, guys. No, Microsoft Games Pass is the best deal you can find in games.
It's like the Disney
So
Plus
many
of
Other
video
than
games.
Stadia.
Well,
Stadia's a
Second.
steal at $150. God, I'd give that in a left arm to play 12 old
I think
games.
Stadia costs more per month than
Disney Plus.
Definitely Disney Plus, but also Games Pass.
Yeah, it does.
Which is crazy.
Makes no
crazy
fucking
to me.
sense. Makes no sense.
Guys, Xboxes are going on sale on Black Friday, $150
Why don't we turn
off.
mine on again?
Just go
I'm ready.
grab one for seriously $200, $150 brand new. Go grab one, $10 a month. You've got 100 plus games. I'm telling you.
I wonder if that one. Remember the newest one, Xbox One X?
One
Is that
X.
the super one?
Yeah.
Do you think that'll go down on Black Friday?
I think it said
Well, the
all
new
of
one-
the Xbox Ones
Because
are
the
going
new
on
one's going to
sale.
come out soon, right?
Yeah,
In the
I think
next
it
year or
said
so.
all of them are going on sale for $150 off.
Wow.
So it would
So that's
be
what, $350?
Yeah, $350. Xbox One X, 1 terabyte, 4K Ultra HD gaming console on Amazon for $313. Oh,
That's what it's at right now?
Wait,
So you can pick up a brand new one for probably $200.
No, that's renewed. Fuck you, lying.
It's not bad, though.
It's $150 for a 1S. 1S, yeah.
Wait, that's
And
how
then
much?
it's
So $150 off that, so they're free.
Free. They're just handing out 1Ss.
No, and then the Xbox One X bundles for $350.
Dude. So, I mean, look.
That is
a good deal.
Oh, that's what the Black Friday deal is going to be. Is a bundle for $350.
Yeah,
What
I don't
bundles
know what
with it?
I'm looking. I don't see the bundle.
Well,
It just
usually
says-
the bundle gives you, like the Black Friday bundles give you an option of games.
Oh, okay.
So you can pick between like a list of 10 or something.
Okay, let's see what the bundles are.
Unless you go to Best Buy, then you just have to get whatever one's in the box. Yeah.
Let's see. Xbox One X. Show me your bundles. Oh yeah,
Show
just
me
ton-
those bundles.
Let's see those bundles. Jedi Fallen Order, Forza Horizon. Ooh, the Gears 5 one. The Gears 5 one that has it's like white and has the
Yeah,
cool
it's got
badass
Gears
thing.
5 stuff on
That's
it.
$500. So I assume that super limited edition one's only going to be $350.
Dude, I'm telling you, this is the
the
time
hell?
to do it. So,
Dude, this is tight.
Microsoft is coming out swinging. I'm
They
not kidding.
really are.
They
They're
really are.
and it's like at the end of this life cycle
Yeah.
because they really came in really weak.
Yeah.
And underwhelming. I remember I was at the E3 where they were both announced, and they just got their
It was
hammered.
They lost.
Yeah, they just got beat
Well,
up.
the Xbox One had like 2 games on it at release that were worth buying.
Yeah, it was bad. They had a bad launch. They had a bad everything. So yeah, they're going out really, really strong. So that's cool. All right, so let's move on. We've got Trent here, who is our resident World of Warcraft expert. I think you would be the World of Warcraft expert on like 90% of podcasts,
Yeah,
even
dude.
World of Warcraft podcasts.
That's what this is, right?
It is for a minute.
It is.
Because I know it's been a couple weeks since BlizzCon, but we wanted to talk about the World of Warcraft expansion, the Shadowlands.
They played a really cool cinematic, and I was watching it. I'm like, this is so cool. Did not understand what was happening.
Let's start there.
Here's the thing, though. Most people didn't, because there was a lot of rage from it, too.
Well, I don't know.
Okay,
I
so
didn't
let
know
me
what
just
those
describe
characters
this
were doing.
super high level. Sylvanas, who is this woman who
She's dark elf.
She's the
Is a dark
Banshee Queen,
elf.
but right now she's the War Chief of the Horde.
and she walks in
Oh,
with
she
a bow
is?
and
Yeah.
arrow into the Lich King, who is this
Ice Crown Citadel,
Ice Crown.
top of it.
She walks. Thank you, Trent. She walks in here and she is just like starts talking shit on the Lich King, and he's like, "Nuh-uh," and he
Like,
comes
this is
down.
my house.
Yeah, and they fight, and you're like, "Oh, I don't know. Lich King looks pretty
And you're
powerful."
like, the Lich King is pretty tough.
He's the fucking Lich
He's not a
King.
joke.
But to be
He
fair,
is a
he's not the
king.
real Lich King.
We'll get into that. I
okay,
need that
continue.
explained. And so this
I
is
don't
my
know.
view of it because
Yeah.
I didn't know that till you told me.
The Lich King gets.
I know they had an expansion about this guy, so he must be pretty big deal.
The
She
Frozen
shows up
Throne?
and he throws literally everything he has
That's
at
the
her,
Warcraft 3
and she
expansion.
just shakes it off, dusts the dirt off her shoulders, and is like,
She's
"Donk."
like, oh, that did
And
just.
just
like,
whoops his
just
ass.
whoops his ass,
It was bad.
and that's it. And then
Wait, and then does what? She takes off his crown.
Which she
takes rips it in half.
breaks it in half, which seemed significant. I don't know why.
Well, because what happened after that?
I was shocked.
After
the
that,
dome over the world
sky tears
the
open.
dome over the world opened. So was it like an under the dome situation?
Yeah, it was the dome. It was Stephen King's The Dome all along.
That's what I thought. I was like, oh, they trapped the Lich King. He thinks he's in the real world, but he's really like, what's that Jim Carrey movie?
The Truman Show.
He's really in a Truman Show situation.
Wait, so it's not like it's
what I thought. I have no idea.
Of ripping this crown apart that just
That
messed
tears
up
the
the
sky
world.
open.
But
Opened
the
up the
sky
Truman
isn't held
Show.
together by the crown. It's just like that
No,
did something.
well, kind of.
Okay, so start at the beginning.
So here's the actual explanation. We'll go quick through
Thank
this.
you.
So Sylvanas, Banshee Queen, leader of the Horde right now. The current Lich King is actually Bolvar Four-Dragon. So Bolvar is not the original Lich King. The original was Arthas, who you can play in
killed.
HOTS and everything.
Right.
But we killed Arthas. Arthas is the Lich King. He's got the Helm of Domination. What that does is it keeps control over the Scourge. So all the
Wait,
undead...
what's the Scourge? Oh,
the
the
Scourge is
undead.
like the undead,
Got it.
right? And so there always has to be a Lich King, is what we've been told, because to keep the Scourge at bay, there has to be someone sitting on Icecrown Citadel, wearing the crown, keeping them under control.
Why'd you kill that guy? It sounds like he's doing a good job.
Right?
Arthas was not a great guy.
So we killed Arthas. Bolvar was already all injured and everything because he got breathed on by a dragon
Did
earlier
they
in that
force him to
expansion.
be the Lich
No, he
King?
volunteered because
This
he
is
was
like
already
Pirates of the
he
Caribbean
was already going
3,
to kind of die.
with
Oh,
what's
why'd
his
you
face?
just say that?
And back at the
Yeah,
time,
it's a
it
Pirates
seemed
of the
like
Caribbean
him
3
becoming the Lich
situation.
King was going to keep him alive. But he
With
became the Lich
Orlando
King.
Bloom.
Classic pirate situation. I'm sorry.
You're just
He
ruining
said-
this for me.
He said that, and I was like, oh, like we're supposed to know
So
it.
then Johnny Depp shows up.
I'm so sorry.
You guys didn't see Pirates of the Caribbean 3.
Or 5 or 7.
Huge fan. Just related to that. Okay. I'm sorry. Keep going.
So, when she tears the helmet in half,
crown. Helmet?
Helm.
it's called the Helm of
Which
Domination.
is short for
Got
helmet.
it. Wait,
Right?
it is?
It's not
But it is
short
a
for
crown.
hat.
It's
Helmet's
a crown.
deep?
She tears the hat of domination in half. And what happens, and we haven't seen this yet, but we're assuming because we've heard pre-expansion events and everything, the Scourge are just going to run rampant.
They're just
Right.
going to be out and about.
And it
like
appears what
Diablo.
happened is it also ripped open a portal to the Shadowlands, which we find out. So the big rage from all of the fan base was, how did Sylvanas get so strong? Because the Lich King is supposed to be just this beast. Like, no one's supposed to be... I mean,
And she, like,
Sylvanas
didn't break a
fought
sweat.
Arthas before
Yeah,
and
this
got her
is
ass
easy.
handed to her. She died.
Who did?
So Sylvanas has actually died a couple of times.
Oh, so she knows his moves.
But she's got the Valkyr that kind of bring her back to life, right? Which are like,
Classic Pirates of the Caribbean.
Supernatural season 3. Yeah,
I'm not
I
going to
get
make it through this. So she breaks the crown, rips open Shadowlands. We find out the way that Sylvanas has been getting her power is... Quick fast forward here. In the Shadowlands, there's this guy called the Jailer. The Shadowlands is basically the plane of death. So Blizzard's released this big kind of map that shows the different planes of existence. And one of them is death, obviously. The guy that is in charge of basically like the dark side of this death realm is called the Jailer. So normally, when a soul goes into the Shadowlands, it goes before the Arbiter, which is like the judgment, and he sends you to one of 4 realms, depending on how bad you were, kind of.
Oh, is that what I was going to ask? What were those? What the heck were all those realms? Then
Right.
they didn't look
So there's
bad.
4 realms, and then the 5th realm is
This
the
is like
Maw.
Sunday school.
The Maw is like kind of Dante, like Circles of Hell type deal.
What's that called?
The Maw.
Oh, shoot.
And at the base of the Maw, you have this Jailer.
Right.
He screwed up the Shadowlands, and so instead of going towards the Judgment, to the Arbiter to get judged and everything, all of the souls have been going into the Shadowlands and going straight to the Maw.
It's literally the plot of Little Nicky.
And so...
Oh, so we're in a little
So
Nicky
that's
situation.
Shadowlands. So next on our news...
So little Nicky
I'm
Sitch.
so sorry.
So he's been siphoning this power basically to Sylvanas, right? So she's been taking all of his power. He's been absorbing the power from all these souls. All these big lore characters that have died have gone there. He's been giving her that power. She took that power, beat the Lich King, tore open the portal to the
Why did she
Shadowlands.
want to break open the portal?
We don't know yet. There's something there that she wants.
Kind of a
apparently,
dick move. Not gonna lie.
there's tons of story we don't know.
Well,
yet.
in Little Nicky, it's because the devil's sons were jealous of their dad.
Is she? Wait, who's her dad though? Who's her dad? Do we know?
Who's Dad Vonis?
We could break this out right now.
Yeah, it's Satan.
Her dad is wait, Satan plays a role? Wait, is
does.
this a Diablo crossover?
They're all crossovers. Haven't you played HOTS?
Oh.
They all exist in the same universe.
Oh shoot.
It's called the what's it called? The Nexus.
We don't know who Sylvanas' father was, although I imagine he was an important nobleman since the Windrunner family was pretty powerful.
Yeah.
Sylvanas' mother is Larissa
So it could have been the
Windrunner.
devil.
It could be. We've cracked this wide
It's
open.
a little Nicky situation.
You just did their work for them. They don't have to write anything now.
So
This is just question 1. I don't know if Trent's going to make it through the rest of my question.
Okay, question 2. There's your background.
I appreciate that. So that's I always like for you to explain this. Usually Trent's leaning over to me at BlizzCon while I bug him during the trailer.
he's whispering the whole time.
But here's the thing. All of the fans got so angry about it. Because no
weird.
one understood why she was so powerful.
But
And
now
it
they've
literally
explained it.
No, it says on the description of the expansion page that she's been getting power from this mysterious jailer. But no one bothered to read that. They just got mad instead.
Of course,
that's what
as
gamers
gamers do.
So much easier to get mad than to
She
think.
should not be that powerful. Sylvanas Windrunner is.
Has anyone considered this? Do you think?
While a
actually, it's
powerful
on our
character-
it's on our website. You can check it.
You all have a phone, don't you?
phones.
Okay.
All right. So, what are okay?
So the 4 realms that they introduced, these are that you can go there now.
Not yet, but when it comes out.
Yeah. When it comes out, so you'll be able to go there, and those are the realms of the dead.
Yes.
Those are because they looked like the Fae in other like
Well,
stories.
so one of them is kind of that, right? So there's, I don't remember what they're called, but there's one that's kind of like a vampiric type thing. And they've kind of mixed some Diablo elements into it. So here's basic gameplay rundown now of like what the story's going to be. First big thing they did is they squished all the levels down. So right now in Warcraft, you level up to 120. Now the level cap is 60 again.
Oh, I bet that's
So-
nice.
And they said they've increased the leveling speed to get to max level by 75%.
Oh my gosh!
So, do you think that they will then
3 warthogs, and you've got
So
a
if you're
14
120
levels.
now, then you'll be like 50
It's like-
when you start this.
Yeah, you'll be 50.
Okay.
So there's an equation. I don't know what it is. Whatever,
Right.
120. Yeah. But they've squished that down, and so now the leveling experience in Warcraft, you don't have to play through the whole story to get to max level.
Right.
You can pick any one of the expansions and just level through that expansion 1 to 50 and then start in Shadowlands.
Oh.
So that's pretty cool. How Shadowlands works, though, is the biggest gameplay features of it, and they've added a ton of stuff. So there's the 4 new zones, and a lot of people were upset that there's no new classes this time.
Yeah.
But the reason for that is they've actually added, with each one of these zones, the biggest part of this expansion is called the Covenant system. So when you go into the Shadowlands, you actually appear before the Arbiter. He's the one that pulls you in somehow. We don't know how,
Right.
but he's probably like, here, let's get these heroes to save the world, whatever.
He's
Usual
gonna
Warcraft
get
story.
killed at some point.
Oh, I was just going to say he's
Probably.
gonna die.
He's dead.
But he brings you in, you level through each of these zones, you meet each of these covenants, but then at max level, you actually have to pick a covenant.
Of
And
course
can only
you do.
pick one.
Classic Blizzard.
Classic
pick a
little
side.
Nicky. So you have to pick one.
Little Nicky.
And once you pick
Not
it, it's
Nicky.
supposedly an
Damn it.
impossible quest or cost or whatever to switch. But by picking that covenant, you get a covenant-based ability, so it's some sort of movement. So one of the movements
my
they
gosh.
explained was like a Reaper from Overwatch. It's like his teleport.
So any character can
Any
have
character
this
that
now.
picks that covenant gets that teleport.
So you could that it seems like awesome because then you could have like a healer that could dash around more.
There's some crazy
Or a
ones. So
tank
one of
that could
them,
dash
you can
around
make your
more.
spirit leave your body. Your spirit can run around. It can't get attacked. And then anywhere within 60 yards, you can plant it, and then it whips your body back to the spirit. So it's just all these movement abilities. And then,
Yep.
and then there's 4 new class abilities for each class. But you only get the ability for the covenant you choose.
Dude, they've added a
So
Oh my gosh.
tons of stuff.
What else?
They added the main experience. So there's always a secondary experience gain in a Warcraft expansion. So you level to max level, and then you're leveling something once you hit there.
Right.
And it's this anima power. So again, with each covenant, you can also align. It's called a soul link or something. You can align with a member of that covenant that gives you an entirely new skill tree.
What?
So there's just all these choices of how you want it. So the way they're explaining it makes it so you can't just have one main character, really. It's meant to have 4 separate characters play at
That's
this time.
so cool,
So
though.
tons of
Because
gameplay.
then, because you're basically with 4 characters and you're designing it to be played with 4 characters, then ideally everyone would have that.
And each one has a unique story. So you pick that Covenant, and the PvE story of that is entirely unique.
Oh man.
Yeah,
So-
because then everyone, in terms of like giving people more content to chew through,
Replayability is
is insane.
So
really,
there's-
because
really high
I
on this.
can play through one of these realms with Peterson as a tank, and then the next one he could be the tank, and we could just mess around like that, right? And we could use all different covenants and stuff.
Yep. And
Oh,
so
that sounds
all different
awesome.
covenants. Each covenant also has a lot of stuff that comes with it. So you get a special mount. Your mount actually gains experience and progresses somehow, so it gets bigger, gets additional abilities. You also get
Spencer's gonna love that.
like a special back piece straight from Diablo. One of them is like the wings.
Yeah.
You can also, if you pick the Vampire Covenant, you carry around a gravestone on your back that's supposed to represent like your sins or something. I don't know.
Literal one of those.
Getting
Nice.
pretty deep. And then one of the coolest features of the expansion is in the Maw, there is it's the tower you see. When the sky opens up, you see that kind of upside down castle.
Yeah.
That's called Torghast. It's the Tower of the Damned. And what it is it's Blizzard's kind of first roguelite dungeon. So every single time you play through it, it's different and it's unending.
Oh my god.
So the way that I've heard it described, I'm guessing some people have, Sword Art Online has the TV shows something like this, where it's this never-ending tower.
Right.
And you go through it, you can play it solo or with a full party. And you go through it, each level has a boss, you beat that boss, you go to the next level, and this is how you're supposed to gain that anima power throughout this expansion, is progressing through this procedurally generated dungeon that's different every single time, and it's never-ending.
Wow.
They're gonna kill
So-
some people.
Yeah.
This seems like they've set this back up. It hasn't sounded this addictive or this much like content to get through in a couple expansions.
Yeah,
right?
and what it seems like they're doing is every other expansion seems to be kind of filler. So Battle for Azeroth has kind
Yeah.
of ended up
And even
a
the
pretty
story
big
seemed like
bomb,
filler,
it's
right?
kind of yeah.
Yeah.
Now near the end of the story, we're starting to get all of this stuff, and the next one seems like it's going to be huge.
Wow.
I'm so stoked. That's cool.
So-
I'm stoked, and I don't play the game. I'm stoked.
And they're bringing back. This was player reception was the last question on there,
Right. Yeah, well, I have a bunch more, but yeah.
So player reception, one of the
Here. Let's frame it this way: what are fans happiest about, and what are they most pissed about?
happiest about a few expansions ago, they pruned a lot of abilities from the game. Mm-hmm. So characters, like if one of the reasons WoW Classic is so popular is because you have so many abilities. Gameplay seems a lot more. You have a lot more choices,
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
They've pruned a lot of abilities from the game, so you really each class only has somewhere between like 4 and 8 abilities in your rotation at any given time. They're adding a lot of stuff back. So, like for example, one of the classes, Shaman, however you say it. One of their big gameplay mechanics was they had totems. They had a totem for each element, and it did something. So you could drop a fire totem, and it would start shooting fireballs at people and stuff. They removed those completely. Now they're back. So they're bringing back a lot of those old abilities that they got rid of.
Did people want those back? Is that why?
People have been complaining that the game's gotten too simplistic over time.
Got it.
And so bringing those back, the reaction at BlizzCon, everyone was super
freaked
excited.
out.
Yeah.
And then what are they most pissed about? Other than a
Sylvanas.
misinterpretation of the story. Yeah.
I
Just
think
don't
not even the
understand stuff.
misinterpretation. I think people are sick of her.
Has been the
She's
key-
been kind of like the key, not even antagonist, just like this key main character that you can't really figure out what her motives are for the
Right.
last 3 expansions.
That's insane. Well, hopefully, maybe if they'll all be satisfied if this is building to some gigantic.
I'm guessing
thing.
the way this is the end of her story arc somehow.
Okay.
So
It's like a Skywalker situation.
basically, like you're sick
Classic
of her.
Skywalker
you're sick of her,
thing.
but you have to see the ending.
So basically, this is this is just your classic Pirates 3, Little Nicky, Star Wars crossover.
Truman Show
crossover.
Crossover. Yeah, so
Basically,
that's
yeah.
like, it's a mix. So what's it called? Shadowlands. World of Warcraft Shadowlands is just those 4 things mixed together. Smart.
Yeah.
All
Just take them
all
together.
Just took a letter from each
Cinematic
name.
Yeah.
genius.
Just shake them up like it's a ransom letter. And that's the game. So you're welcome.
We
That's
got
your,
you, Blizzard.
Oh! What are you gonna do another launch party with those dudes like you did last year?
A Lange party?
Not
A
with-
lanch party,
not with
Kevin.
them.
How is that better? Oh, really?
I gotta find someone else. Those dudes I've written off playing video games with forever.
Too intense?
No, they're too they switch games like every week.
So Peterson.
So well, worse though. Like the last game I got into him with was Destiny 2, and they got me to start playing Destiny 2. I got to max level. They started raiding right when I was like geared enough to start raiding with them. They moved on to another game. Oh my god! And so I would put in just enough effort to start doing stuff with them, and they'd move on. So I'm like,
you
done.
do all the homework, and you're gonna turn it in.
So I'm playing WoW again right now by myself, but it's great.
Seems fine.
That sounds not sad at all.
Sad.
Oh my god, we need to talk to Trent about the thing.
Guys, I'm super depressed.
Trent, maybe send him an invite that's like not World of Warcraft.
Trent is in a bad place.
I've been here before.
What?
I'm in a bad place. I live in a bad
never
place.
left the bad
I've been
place.
playing this for 15
I
years.
own the bad place.
And it is the Warcraft 15-year anniversary right now. World of Warcraft. That's
So
pretty cool.
it would do. It just only seems right for you to play the entire year nonstop.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
obviously.
I'm
Why
not
would you-
working anymore.
It goes without saying. Why would you even say it, JD?
It's 5:44.
Perfect. This is great. We're
Is
crushing.
that what you were asking?
I was asking what time.
I know.
Okay. All right. So let's move on to our next segment. This is pretty awesome because we're Disney Plus. We're Disney Plus boosters now. They got us.
Mickey got us.
He got us. So we wanted to talk Disney Plus since we've all been going through, because I don't know about you guys, but my Disney Plus experience is like you know when you look at Netflix and you're like, oh, I just browsed for like 30 minutes, didn't find anything. And you're like, all I did on Netflix
And then you
tonight
turn
was
on
like
The Office.
browse, and then you just put on The Office again.
Every night.
That's
Disney
Parks
Plus,
and Rec right now for me.
Like the activity
Back
of
and
just,
forth. I'm like,
I
which
just-
one is it tonight?
I've been doing 30 Rock a lot.
That's on Amazon, right? Is that
No,
where
it's
it
on
is right now?
Hulu.
Hulu.
Yeah, I think it's on Amazon too. But yeah, I just like
There's an Amazon too?
yeah.
Wait.
Oh shit!
I still have
Wasn't
Amazon
supposed
One.
to mention that. There's Amazon too.
Our
but
newest
you guys don't know.
sponsor, Amazon 2.
It's like Amazon One,
second biggest
but twice
company.
as good. No, this is. I just feel like the experience with Disney Plus is browsing, and at least the first 2-3 times, because there's so much stuff to go through.
Oh my gosh.
I have to
The
add
whole
it all to
time.
my list.
Here's what I've
at all of it.
learned as I've gotten older. I don't want a lot of choices. Because when I have a lot of choices, I just don't do anything.
I know, but
It's like when I first discovered emulation.
Emulation, you just don't do anything.
It's like there's
you
so
have
many games
every
to
game
play,
ever
I'm
made,
just gonna
and
watch
you
TV.
just don't play any of them. Nope.
Yeah.
You start Super Metroid, like, oh, that's a gas. Like, you're going to put 40 hours into this, you dumbass. No, you're not going to put 40 hours into an emulator
idiot.
game.
You're going to
8
get your
minutes,
morph ball,
and
and
then
then
you're
you're
gonna
going to
move.
move on.
So I was thinking, because I have spent so much time so far already going through Disney Plus IPs, let's talk about which of these IPs that are fresh on your brain could use a video game.
Like
It's so
and
easy.
I want like a good video game, not like a.
Not like a Gummy Bears video game.
I put gummy bears on.
Did
here.
you really?
But listen,
I think there was one. Wasn't there on the NES or something?
yeah. But listen, I'm saying like I want this to be you play it and you're going, wow, this is incredible. Gummy Bears, Adventures of Gummy Bears, and you're running around and
You're
your
leading with the gummy
your
bear
mechanic
one. Okay.
is he said it.
They're not actual Gummy Bears. Do you know what this show is?
Yeah, no. I thought I
Do you
did.
know the song?
They drink gummy berry juice. They can bounce really high.
Yeah.
So they drink
Yeah,
gummy berry juice
yeah.
and lose their freaking minds like a bunch of little kids on
This was
caffeine.
probably written around the same time as Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah. So they bounce around by drinking gummy berry juice. And so that's what I was going to say is the mechanic. It's a Metroidvania game, but the mechanic is you've got different types of gummy juice that gives you slightly different powers.
Okay.
Bouncing and stuff like that. So gummy berry juice.
I dig it. Yes, yes.
Trent just got so excited.
Courageous and caring.
Trent, sing it.
Wait, I gotta get together. Here it comes. Here it comes.
Gummy bears bouncing here and there and everywhere. High adventure that's beyond compare. They are the gummy bears.
Yeah. Best cartoon ever written.
The funny thing is, once that
Rick and Morty who?
That's the best thing we've ever done. Ever.
Dude, once that started, I could see the
You can.
opening sequence in my head. I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
I never watched that show because I didn't have cable
But you know
growing
the song.
up. I def know the song.
I don't know why. It's one of those songs.
Gummy bears. So obviously Gummy
It's like
Bears
DuckTales.
sounds...
It's like the DuckTales song. You're just like, you know it. You just, it's part of you.
Dude, I freaking love that.
Okay, what do you got? What IPs do you want to go?
So mine was really easy. It's probably a cop-out, but I feel like I need a Mandalorian video game now.
I know, I saw that. and
I
was
do.
like-
Did you see this? Did you watch it
I haven't
yet?
watched it yet. I'm waiting a couple episodes.
Okay, so no spoilers here, but
No
you've probably
spoilies.
heard, maybe, it's kind of like a Western.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it's set up.
Space Western. Oh.
So I'm thinking like Mandalorian kind of Red Dead Redemption style game.
Red Dead.
But instead of a horse, you've got
space.
like a speeder or something,
Mandalorian.
right?
The best part about space games is that they can be anything.
Anything.
That's what Borderlands has kind of shown us, and Outer Worlds is like, space is... I don't think you get tired of space games like you do with zombie games or another genre of game because there's so much possibility.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if we can survive in space,
Or like fantasy
we
games,
can do
or
anything.
zombie games like these. Yeah, no, space is good. I've got one.
Let's hear it. Yes.
If you guys remember this song, this is from Recess.
I never watched this.
Recess was on one Saturday morning. It was a Saturday
What year
morning.
did this come out?
What was this, like 96?
Oh yeah, probably the 90s or some point. But so Recess was this show that took place on a playground. It was in an elementary school, and they had all these like factions and stuff. So there
Because
were,
I was
like,
in high school when this came out.
What year was it?
97.
you
was
weren't
close.
too old for Saturday
I
morning
was
cartoons.
a sophomore in high school, to
Yeah,
be specific.
dude.
I was in 4th grade.
I just
Yeah, the
How
right
old
age.
are you? Like
don't
50?
don't start pulling at this thread. Seriously, you don't want to see where it ends. I think Recess would be great if anyone actually knew that show or like watched it growing up. You know it immediately that it would be good. There were like factions in the playground. There were
The
like
Diggers.
the Diggers, the Ashleys.
Oh my gosh.
The Swingers.
The Swingers were the kids that just were on the swing.
Then you had King Bob.
King
he
Bob
ruled
was-
the playground from on
yeah.
top of the jungle gym.
and he had a hockey
This,
stick.
this sounds ripe for a video game.
I know it would be
so
a
good.
great
You're just
child's video
navigating
game.
through the different worlds.
Yeah, it would be, and it
Of
all
the
take
playground.
place in the playground, and like
Yep.
it was like the Ashleys had a clubhouse, and it was hidden under this pile of tires, and it was like super fancy.
And you
the
had to be
Ashleys were
named
the popular
Ashley.
girl, and there was like
Incredible.
the group of kids that like were all your friends, so you could play as all the other. So Mikey was the big fat kid, Gretchen was the skinny nerd girl. Gus was the short little nerd guy. So Gretchen and Gus would be like your scientist characters. Mikey would be like your big brawler guy.
TJ is like the kind of like ringleader.
Yeah.
Just the all around. Dude, I could see this. This would be a fun.
Spinelli was the girl, and she was like the tough girl.
She loved wrestling, like WWF.
I like this. I like this. This is a turn-based.
Vince was the athlete, so he was
RPG.
like your fast guy. Ooh, a turn-based RPG would be kind of good for this because you could run around the thing and then
You
your
move around, and
battles
then you
would
have
be-
different fights. And
Yeah,
'Cause
or
they're
you
pretty
could have
smart.
kind of like a. I feel like there's like a stealthy mechanic going on somewhere because you got to hide from what's the
You gotta
kid's
sneak-
name?
Randall.
And Miss Finster.
Randall, Miss Randall was the narc kid, and Miss Finster was the
ratted
like
out the kids.
The
he
the
wasn't like
monitor.
a bully. He was like
Yeah.
a.
His little
Finster was
shitty
the playground
weasel guy.
duty.
Yeah, he got beat up all the time, but he.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh!
Yeah. So I think Recess would be dope. I think it'd be a
Perfect.
cool video game.
Perfect.
I also think, just really quick, obviously, The Simpsons is on Disney Plus because it's on everything.
I feel like we need a new Simpsons game.
Especially,
like we
do you
need a new
remember the
Hit
one
and
on?
Run.
Do you remember? Well, Hit and Run, or do you remember the one that was on Xbox 360? It was the
Just the
open world
Simpsons
one. It
game,
was just
yeah.
called The Simpsons game, and
Yeah.
just give me a sequel to that. It was so
right. We just need a
good.
new Simpsons game.
Oh yes, please.
I had a couple others. I had Robin Hood. Like, has there been a Robin Hood game?
Not of the Disney cartoon.
Right, but like
There was a Robin
any
Hood Prince
Robin
of
Hood game.
Thieves on NES. And I remember I could never get past like the second level.
Was this like the Kevin Costner
Yeah.
movie?
Yeah.
Had a NES game?
It had yeah, it did. It was
Dude,
great.
there's only
You had to have
I'm
the
looking
log
at
fight
the-
with Little John.
Oh my gosh!
There's
It's
only
good.
12 on all of Wikipedia. There are only 12 Robin Hood video games,
But there were 12?
of all time.
And the last one was what? N64?
The Adventures of Robin Hood was 1991,
Oh my
and that
gosh.
was on DOS, and it was an RPG adventure
I only
game.
remember like
Yeah,
two
I think
DOS
we need a
games.
new Robin Hood game.
1991, 1991, 1986. Defender of the Crown, 2002. Prince of Thieves, 1991.
Yeah.
Robin Hood's Quest was a stealth game in 2007.
It's got to be a stealth mechanic
1985. Dude, yeah. How is this not a thing?
game. Right? Robin Hood's like, it's out there. We need a good Robin Hood game.
Yeah.
I feel like we need one. What? I thought of one that would maybe be a little depressing. Newsies. It's a survival game. You're a newspaper.
You die if you don't sell enough.
Calories. It's a calories-based game.
Well, you're trying to sell newspapers just so you can get money to like buy stuff like food. At the same time, you're trying to foment insurrection. Essentially, you're trying to start a revolution.
It's like an open world survival game.
Yeah. You're trying to survive in New York.
But the game comes with a microphone because there is the battle. The battle
You have to
elements
sing.
are singing things.
You
just
definitely
like
have to
rock
sing,
band.
obviously.
Yeah, it's definitely a singing game.
The difference is though you also have a Dance Dance Revolution pad, so you have to sing.
You have to sing and dance.
It's a musical
Newsies.
game. It's a
Are you
performance
dumbass?
simulator.
Of course, you have to DDR and sing at the same time.
It's Newsies, dumbass.
It's a Newsies
And
game.
then the better you do,
No,
you get
cut
to
everything
eat.
else out. That's all this needs to be. Is just it's a game that combines DDR and singing, and that's it. That's the Newsies game,
Dude.
But it's
make
not like a
it
handheld
happen.
microphone. You gotta have a headset on.
Oh, it's VR. Remember all those
Ooh,
gimmicky,
VR
those
Newsies.
gimmicky Connect games? This is like perfect.
Hey,
they
there
should
were
have
a few
had
good
the
ones.
Newsies
They
game
really
for Connect.
dropped the ball.
This game makes itself.
What were they
Guys,
thinking?
It's like what is it with karaoke? You know, when the little ball dances on the words, you're essentially just
Sing-along
doing
songs?
Connect, and you're doing the same dance moves that they do in Newsies, and they could teach you all the Newsies dances.
Dude, they could expand this concept. High School Musical.
they need to bring the
Where was
Connect
this
back.
game for me like 2 years
Where
ago?
the fuck was this game where the Connect was struggling? They could have had all the people that are obsessed with High School Musical and Newsies and Wicked. Is there dancing in Wicked?
There's not really
I only
dancing
saw
in
it
Wicked.
once.
No, but like every Disney movie has some dancing with some
Yeah.
music. Like this
Frozen
is,
VR
Why doesn't this
Connect?
exist?
Yeah, because
Guys.
then you see yourself in the game
Hit
dancing
me
alongside
up,
with everyone.
Disney.
Bring back the Connect! Hey, Jamie! Bring back the Connect! All right. What else? What else you guys got?
Oh, Peter Pan. Why don't we have a Peter Pan game? Has there been look it up? Has there been a Peter Pan
100%.
game?
Well, in
I
Kingdom
feel
Hearts,
like every original like Disney cartoon had an NES game or Super Nintendo.
Right, but when was the last one? I feel and here's what I put. I want it to be a dark
there are
open
only
world
3
action game.
total Peter Pan video games. Peter Pan Adventures in Neverland.
Peter
is
Pan and the Pirates. I remember that's a
2002.
game.
Peter Pan and the Pirates is 1991, and Hook, the video
Nailed
game, was
it.
1991. There are not any Peter Pan video games. I guess Peter Pan, the Disney Peter Pan, made an appearance in Kingdom Hearts 2. Other than that, there are no Peter Pan video
Oh
games.
yeah,
There
I
are no
remember that 'cause
Robin
you
Hood
fight
video
on, You fight on
games.
Hook's ship.
And with your shadow, and it sucks.
This Peter Pan's easy though. Like
This is all the
you
stuff
can
we're
go
doing
to Neverland.
is easy.
You can go to Neverland. There's so many different
I
different
feel
areas.
Like, I feel
and-
like the market is ripe for a Disney game now.
yeah.
There have
like
not
a
been any
good
like
one.
made
Damn
from
game
movie
fans.
games for so long. I feel like we forgot that they can be good.
Since I last wrote.
Did this turn into a Dear Game
Much
Fest?
has changed back on the farm, but I have just one request of you.
This is just us preaching what these game developers should have known all along.
idiots. Which means
Maybe
they're
Disney
already in
Plus will buy
development.
Stadia.
There you go. That would be great on the Stadia. Our
All of our
Newsies game
Dis-
would be great on Stadia. You could use that.
It
You
would
could
move
repurpose.
consoles.
You could repurpose the button they're not using for
Put a mic
Push to
there.
sing.
put a fucking
Put a
mic in
mic there. You just sing into it.
push the sing.
I love
I also
jeez.
thought my last one is Monsters Inc. And don't make it follow the storyline of the films. Just use the world.
Use the world.
it. None of these should follow the storylines.
No,
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 yeah, I don't want
no,
the
no,
storyline.
no.
I want
Yeah.
this to be.
I already saw that in the show.
Oh, and the one that started this whole thing off. Fucking duh. Gargoyles.
Gargoyles.
What's that, Jonathan?
Motherfucking gargoyles.
It's going to be very R-rated. This movie is going, or this game is going to have boobs in it.
Gargoyles
It's
ripping
gonna
your
have
head off.
Swearing. It's going. You might see a gargoyle penis. I don't know. It's very R-rated.
Rock hard gargoyles.
I hate this episode right now.
Make gargoyles.
But you can
eggs.
only play it at night. Does it turn to stone during the
obviously.
day?
During you try to boot it up in the daytime.
Your console
you're
just bricks.
Nope.
HBO's Gargoyles.
HBO's live action gargoyle.
Jonathan's just in tears.
He has actual tears.
I didn't know I could do a Buffalo Bill thing.
It puts the lotion on the skin.
I don't think anyone's requesting you to do Buffalo Bill is the problem.
He'll keep doing it.
Oh my god.
Well, this is what we are now.
Okay, so Gargoyles was
Since Disney bought that podcast, it's been really weird.
There were no dicks in Gargoyles.
I'm sure there are. You just don't see them.
They do have eggs. They mentioned in the first episode that there's a clutch of eggs.
A gargoyle egg?
All I'm thinking about is just a gargoyle squat. Or imagine
Just
if you're in the
popping
middle of
eggs out.
labor
And
and
then
the
you turn to
sun comes
stone.
up and you turn to stone. You're like, I'll pick this up in the morning.
Can they
Just pause.
Can they
Pause
feel while
labor.
they're frozen?
No.
Because
Here's the real thing.
labor all day.
Yeah. But then, but all their wounds are healed when they turn to stone. So let me tell you the premise of this show. Never mind, we're not going to get into it. If you don't know Gargoyles,
It's on Disney Plus.
go watch it on Disney Plus. It's amazing.
It was a cartoon from when I was a kid.
Gargoyle dicks, gargoyle boobs, whatever else Peterson said.
They're all named after places in New
Think
York.
of Game
They're
of
all
Thrones.
named after porn
Or
movies.
rivers,
Think
I
of
guess.
Game of Thrones, but the cartoon version, and everyone is a stone gargoyle.
And the last season is the best one.
Yeah. Guys, that's what it is, pretty much. It's a classic Game of Thrones situation.
It's basically Pirates of the Caribbean.
Game of Thrones meets Pirates
In
of the
New York.
Caribbean 4 meets
Pirates,
New York.
This is like a
and
Pirates
Gargoyles.
4, Pirates
And the
2
Newsies are in
combo.
I love that no one pushed on the Pirates of the Caribbean. You're like, what do you mean? It was just like, oh yeah, sure. Sure.
That's because no one's seen them. I was
know.
like, Pirates 3, which one was that? They're
I
all
saw,
the same.
I saw Pirates 3 while I was high on nitrous at the dentist. So my recollection's a bit foggy.
Was that the
But
one
you
with the
loved it.
octopus face, or was it the one with
No,
the...
that's two.
No, he's
That's
in both
Davy
of them, and
Jones.
it's horrifying.
Is he?
Yeah.
That's the thing. I just don't know.
well,
the
I don't know if
How
you're
many
on
are
nitrous.
there?
It's
Are there like
terrifying.
7? It's like Land Before Time now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
classic Land Before Time situation.
All of those are on Disney Plus. Oh wait, no, that's not Disney. They're on Netflix. Classic Land Before Time situation.
Okay. What are we doing?
I don't know anymore. What segment are we on? Oh, Gargoyles would be a great video game, open world, New York. It would always be set at night, and you'd have to actually be careful, like, and keep an eye on because that's one of the key driving things is these gargoyles. They're stone gargoyles that come to life at night and fight and defend and do whatever's going on in the show. And then when the sun comes up, they turn back to stone.
vampires. Do
Same
gargoyles
thing.
turn to stone in
Don't
sunlight?
make me say it.
Same thing.
It's a classic vampire situation.
What you got
Classic
there is a classic
Twilight.
That's just like
Classic
Blade,
Twilight.
just like Blade 3 with
They
Ryan Reynolds.
sparkle.
They sparkle. All right.
Yeah, so I think that would be dope because you'd be monitoring the time throughout the whole game. But wait, hold on.
Don't play no reindeer games with me.
We got some reindeer games, y'all. Peterson has put together a game for us to play. We like to play games every once in a while.
So yeah, we're doing.
We
some
like to play them
reindeer
more,
games.
but they're hard to make.
Sometimes they're hard to think up. This is a would you rather reindeer game. So giving you two scenarios, which one would you rather do? They're video game related. So I'll start with a kind of an easy one. This is easy. This has been out there. Would you rather have Kirby's abilities where you eat stuff and you become that, you like gain the powers of that thing? Or would you rather have like the Pokemon situation where you're catching them and you can use them at a later date?
Catching what? I'm sorry.
Do they die when I eat them?
I assume so. You have to poop it out at some point.
That's sad.
Does Kirby poop out whatever he eats?
No, he kind of just like squats and it disappears.
That is
Going to the Shadow Realm.
miraculous.
He sends
Isn't
them
that what
to the
happens? You
Shadow
push
Realm.
down, he squats down, and the ability goes away.
It's gone. So Sylvanas is somehow
She's
gaining
Kirby.
this. So yeah,
Classic Kirby situation.
classic Kirby situation over there in World of Warcraft.
Classic Dream World.
So you gain Kirby's powers where you can eat stuff and get the powers of that, or you can a Pokemon situation where you can catch stuff in a Pokeball and then use it at a later date.
I feel like the Pokeball thing is just like a real world situation. Like are you saying like what's a thing I'm catching with my Pokeball?
Anything
Like
with
a
powers.
Charizard.
Oh,
A fire-breathing dragon that
Would you rather
can ride.
eat a Charizard and become Charizard-ish, or
Would you rather
use
eat a Charizard and be able to fly and breathe fire, or would you rather be
and it
able
only
to catch
lasts
a
until
Charizard
the
and he
next
has to
thing. It
listen
only
to
lasts
you?
till the next thing I eat.
Yeah, it'll fade as your digestive system
But
works.
I get to keep it forever if I catch it.
Or is it like Mega Man, where I'm like Mega Man Kirby, and I can access those powers at any time once I've eaten them?
Nope.
Like Animorphs.
Nope, it's
how
just
much
the
is it?
last
It's like
one.
a classic Animorphs.
It is not. No, I thought of Animorphs. The Animorph situation
not gonna
played
make
through
it
my
I'm
head.
going to go with Pokemon.
You want to catch them and use them later?
Yeah, because then I can keep them. Like,
Yeah.
And reuse.
yeah, can I use multiple at a time? Can I have multiple Pokemon
Sure.
out at
I
once?
mean, is
then
there
100%
is there a
Pokemon.
rule to where you can't use more
in
than
a
one?
battle?
Yeah, but come on. We're not doing Pokemon.
I've definitely seen Pikachu fly on a Pidgeotto and electrocute people. So yes, Pokemon.
Why don't they do that more?
I don't know.
They need
Seems
to combine
scary.
these powers a lot more. So what are you doing, JD?
I think there's 6 Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, thank you.
What am I doing? I'm catching. Counting all the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Would you
what
rather
was the question?
Jack Sparrow or no?
I would rather Jack Sparrow the Pokemon. I'd rather Pokemon.
Okay.
I want to do Pokemon.
Okay, would you rather play only games that have been already released, starting right now? Games that have already been released, but you can never play a new game, and you never can update these games.
Oh, I can't update them, so I can't play expansions.
Nope, whatever you have now, that's what you get. Or only play brand new games from now on. You can only play games that are released
Once I've
now.
played it, can I never play it again?
You can only, but the new games you can only play for 5 hours max.
Well,
Is
that
it starting
sucks.
like right now?
Starting right now.
Right now, I can never play a new game ever again.
Never a new game again.
But I can
or,
play all the games that exist.
Yep. Or play
Or-
only new games.
Why do we
but
have
only
to
for
have the
5 hours?
5-hour rule? Why can't we just only play new games?
Yeah. What?
'Cause
Yeah.
that's easy. Then you just pick only new games.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's be a
Yeah,
limit to it.
that's
Can
why.
we make it 50 hours?
I don't think you can negotiate with Would
50?
You Rather.
Okay.
I can negotiate
6
anything.
hours. 6 hours.
7.5.
7 hours max.
Okay.
7 hours.
Old. There's so many games I still need
New,
to play.
because you have no idea what you haven't experienced yet. Imagine when VR becomes like total VR.
He sounds like friggin' Google Stadia pitchman.
Dude, you guys don't know.
No idea
2
what you
years
have
from
not
now,
experienced.
2 years from now, you guys are going to be like, okay, we're going back on our Google Stadia comments. This thing's amazing. It's going to happen.
I remember doing that with the Ouya. I play it every day now.
So do I.
Dude, I am into
I
it.
totally-
Okay,
Ouya.
new games.
Only new games?
Yep.
Okay.
And only old games?
Do I
Only old
remember
games.
the old games I've already played?
Yes.
Okay.
You did
then
not
new games.
lose any of
Can
your
I watch
memory.
playthroughs on YouTube
You can watch
for
them,
like
yeah.
nostalgia factor?
Yeah, you can watch them. You
Yeah,
can
if I
play
can
them.
watch new games, I think I'd be like, man, that's fine. I'll just go get my old.
You wouldn't want to play. Oh, here I am. This is JD. In 20 years, you're only going to be playing games in 2019 or
What a stupid
earlier.
choice.
Are you guys bullying me right
I
now?
am.
I feel like
Yeah.
I'm getting
You made a dumb
cyberbullied.
choice. Freaking hipster JD over here.
Stupid JD. Okay, let's see. Would you rather only be able to play games from now on with 10 to 13-year-olds and you always have to be on comms? So, like,
Is this going to be one of those things where I'm
Or-
married to Glass Joe at the end of it?
yes. Or only,
Okay, wait. Ask the first question again. Sorry, I was
Okay.
thinking of something else.
only
You love Glass Joe.
from now on, you can only game with 10 to 13-year-olds and you always have to be on comms. So you have to listen to them. So I'm saying. Or only play games standing up. You have to stand up every time you're playing video games the whole time you're playing.
100% the second one.
Standing up the
Yep.
whole time?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That'd be good for my health. Can I get on an
I'd
elliptical?
Be
Well,
good for
probably
my
play less.
mental health and my physical
Yeah.
health.
So you would rather stand? I know for a fact, JD.
Can
just
I
wants to
still
sit on
play
his
with other
couch.
people if I want to, but
If
I
you're
just have to be
standing?
standing?
Yeah.
Can
easy.
I crouch? They go from
You
a
have to be
stand to a
on
crouch.
your feet. Your feet have to be supporting your body.
Can do like a
I can't
None of this
have like
Dwight
stand
thing where he's
assistance.
got
I
one
can't
of
have
those-
like a hook.
Nope.
holding- Okay.
like a skin hook in my back.
You can have a skin hook.
A couple meat hooks.
Easy. If I can have a skin hook,
I can meat hook my back skin. I'm fine.
this is an easy choice.
You have to be set. All right. I did not think this
Can
was
I
easy.
sit in a sex swing?
That's because you play with 13-year-olds all the time.
And it's horrible. It is.
Peterson would rather stand up in a
Let me-
sex swing.
Let me
than
tell
play
you
with Morgan.
this.
You're just
rather-
wobbling.
I don't care.
I can't even see the
Dude,
TV.
Peterson, you suck. Look, the other option.
There would be no one to tell you that you suck.
So let me tell you this though.
No, he could. He has the option.
Oh.
I started playing Fortnite with my kids occasionally, and so I'm friends
With
with
the
them,
Lee brothers.
and we'll start playing, and then my 12-year-old's friends will hop on because you can just join a group without being invited.
Nope.
Fortnite?
Yeah.
Nope.
So they will be in our group now.
Can you appear
And they
offline?
can talk. And so not if you're grouped up. And so they're just talking to us on comms. So I have to listen to this. The other night,
What's up, little bastards?
the other night we were playing, and
my dad's on.
3 of them hopped on. Mind you, my son is not using a mic. I've got a mic because I'm using my headphones.
Oh, no.
And they're in the other room together. My kids are. And so I put on the comms on mine so I could they could hear what I was saying to them. And then 3 of his friends hop on and just hop into our group and start talking the whole time. And they're watching our gameplay. And it was awful. Guys,
I hate that.
It was terrible.
I want you to record that.
Oh, my
It's like
God.
reverse ASMR, dude.
Well, and they just want to talk to me the whole time, too, because I'm the only one they can talk to. So I'm like, ugh, I don't want to talk to you guys.
It's like how to give yourself schizophrenia.
Okay. Would you rather every time you play video games have to remap all the key bindings every single time you boot up a game? Or every time you boot up a game, you have to call your mom and ask her permission if you can play?
Second one.
Hey, Mom, I'm about to play some Fortnite
That would be
with my buddies.
fucking hilarious.
I might
and in
start doing
hindsight,
that
I was
anyway.
just gonna say, I might start doing that. That's hilarious. Mom gets an 11:30 call. Hey, Mom, just gonna start playing video games. Might play some Noita.
Is that cool with you?
Hey, JD, dude, let's switch over.
Did all my
Let's switch
chores
over.
already.
Did my
Switch over to
chores.
Heroes of the Storm. Hold on one sec, guys.
Gotta come every time you
Hey, Mom.
switch games.
Hey, Mom,
Yeah.
we're going to play Heroes of the Storm. Is that okay? You cool with that?
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks.
I'd
Mom.
call on comms. I wouldn't even hang up. I would call and let you guys listen to that.
You would do that?
That'd be hilarious.
I like that.
And
I'll
then
do that.
someone,
actually
someone
would be
gets in our
funny.
someone gets in our Discord and doesn't know that it's a joke, and they're like,
Why is he asking?
How old is this guy? Sounds like he's like
gonna
30.
Fucking do this every single time.
Oh, hold on one second. Hey, Mom, they want to switch over to PUBG.
Yeah, I know it's rated M, Mom. I'm sorry. That's what they said they're
They
playing.
want to play it, Mom. I don't pick the game every single time.
No, they don't. There's no swearing. It's just blood.
Okay. Would you rather all future video games are on handheld devices only or on VR only?
VR only.
All future games are only handheld or VR only? Handheld.
VR
It's that
only.
little teeny screen.
I don't
Yeah, but
know
these
if I've
little
ever even
teeny
used
headaches.
my Switch little screen. I mostly just have it plugged into a TV.
I know, but you can't
I
anymore.
love it.
You can't
Yeah.
do it anymore.
Well, you can't play on the TV anymore. So it's going to be just
VR.
VR.
Yeah, that's
So
what
you
he's
just go
saying.
VR.
That's why he's saying he
Well, here's the thing. VR, can I use any VR app? Like am I limited in VR? Or can I VR a screen in front of me in VR?
Yeah. You just have to put on the VR headset and get it all
That's
geared
so
up
easy,
to play.
VR.
Do you hear what he's
I
saying?
can use a handheld
Yeah.
in VR.
Yeah, he's looking at a TV screen.
So he's going to
in
play a
VR.
normal game in VR just with the headset
That
on.
sounds so awful to me. That sounds
Like I haven't done that
horrifying.
already.
This is like,
I didn't even know that was possible.
My favorite thing is VR YouTube. You sit in there, you got a big screen
oh
TV.
my god,
This is not real.
It's
This
real.
is not a real thing you do.
It is.
why?
It's so immersive.
It's almost like
Oh,
you're watching
so
a
you're, like,
screen
in
in
the
real
YouTube-
I can
life.
sit in
So
like
you're,
a log
in the
cabin.
YouTube
I
video
can sit in like
looking
a log
around?
cabin and watch my big screen TV, watch some old NSYNC videos.
So you're like in the video yourself looking around. No. I'm looking at a screen of the. This is like okay.
I just feel like it solves the problem that you're causing.
It kind of. It sounds annoying.
And then if it's a VR game, I'll play it.
have you
like
guys
it's meant
have you
to be
guys heard of the game Tabletop Simulator?
Yeah.
So it's like it's a tabletop game on Steam where you play tabletop games and they have a bunch of mods for it. And the modding community's made like every game for this and everything. Well, there was a story I read, I think, or someone told me about it. Some guys someone had programmed an iPad into Tabletop Simulator, and some guys, there was a group of guys just standing around watching porn on the iPad in Tabletop Simulator. Why?
The possibilities are endless.
It's
so VR.
Stupid.
Yeah, why not?
Okay. I got a couple more. One more.
Give me a few more.
Okay.
I like
Would
this.
you rather
Trent's on a roll.
during the act of coitus, so while you're having sex, you have
After
to
breaking it down.
after every time you great timing.
You could have said intercourse.
Oh.
Would have been a little more
While
family
making
friendly.
love
Coitus.
to your preferred partner. So every time during sex, you have to say either "finish him" or "it's super effective" from Pokemon.
In those voices.
Yeah, you have to use the Mortal Kombat "finish him" voice or a Pokemon voice, because I don't think they say it. It's just words on the screen. It's super effective.
Can I say both?
I'm gonna start
Do I
doing
have
this
to choose?
immediately.
Not really against either of these.
So which one am I going to stop saying?
Which one can I see myself
It's super
tiring
effective.
of?
Wait, so I normally say it's super effective at the start, and then so you're saying I only do
Finish
one of
him
them, right?
Right at the end.
Yeah, I'll go with finish him.
Yeah.
You would say that?
Would you say the other one?
In like the bug catcher
Yeah.
voice?
It's super effective.
Okay. I mean,
Super effective. I can't even do it. Oh, okay.
Disney's getting to him.
Would you rather have a Bowser shell on your back permanently, like that big old spiky shell?
So I can't throw it at people.
Nope. It's just on your back, like Bowser shell. Mm-hmm. Or
Can I get in it?
No, it doesn't come off.
No, can I lurp into it like a turtle?
Bowser can't get into it, can he?
Are you sure? I don't know.
I don't think he gets into it. It's not that big.
Has he never gotten into it?
Have you seen the size of his hands
Have
and
you seen
his
the size
arms?
of his shell?
It's I looked at images when I was thinking.
Maybe
of
when he
this.
was like a baby turtle.
Maybe, but it's spiky.
Okay, so
That's the
Bowser
point.
or what?
A huge spiky shell on your back. Oh, look up images. Or have to wear full Master Chief armor, but only when you go out in public. So you go out in public and he can go in his shell. So
Wait.
yes, you can go in.
Wait, so I can either have a Bowser shell I can go in,
A spiky
or
shell.
I get to wear Master Chief armor,
Only
or
in
is it
public.
like
Public.
shitty cosplay stuff?
No.
Master Chief armor because they don't go out in public anyway.
Yeah. Oh, I.
So
I just,
basically,
like,
I
you
just
go
say the same-
anywhere.
ever since they
you
invented
put the
Uber
armor on.
Eats, no, I don't go out at all.
But think, you're sitting at work.
The one thing that got me out of the house was to
Was
go
food.
buy fast food, and now I don't need to do that.
And
And
you gotta put-
Postmates, I can get
No, but
groceries
you
brought
like-
to my house.
Fuck, I don't leave at
Get
all.
a gas station.
So
drink.
yeah, my Master Chief.
You gotta go to
costume.
work, JD.
So it's just legit like the armor. Like I'm wearing
full on
Mjolnir armor. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's the coolest shit ever. I'd be famous.
Can I have
Oh,
the
it would
Bowser
be so
shell still?
annoying.
though?
Why would it be annoying?
to be in full armor all the time?
Does it
That
have,
would be
does it have
horrible.
air
That is
conditioning?
powered armor.
Hey, JD,
you
let's go to
understand
the
that,
beach.
right? Yeah.
Hey, JD, let's go to the beach. Okay, let me put my armor on. You can't take it off
Would I
while you're
want
at the
to?
beach.
I can go
Or
underwater and I don't have to wear
or
goggles.
But I could get in like my hot tub in my backyard without the armor.
Because
Yeah.
you're not in public.
Then yeah,
Yeah.
fine.
Well,
I can
you
get
have
my
to
hot
you
tub.
have to put
This is
you have
awful.
to close off the pergola. Otherwise, you're
right
because you
I'm-
can't be seen.
If people are seeing you, yeah, people can only see you in Master Chief armor.
Oh, so people just see me that way.
You're
I'm
like
not
a never
necessarily
nude.
wearing it though.
I'm a never nude, but I'm a never not armor. I'm just thinking how badass it would be to have that armor all the time. Maybe really inconvenient to drive,
To do anything.
but he can run like 30 miles
you
an
just have a
hour
warthog.
in it. Yeah,
That's true.
I just have a
you can lift
warthog.
stuff.
Oh, dude, it's like ungodly. He weighs like 1,200.
This was
pounds
probably
in that
the
armor.
easiest question. I
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean the shell is cool, but how do I sleep?
Yeah.
You curl up inside.
Okay,
it.
would you rather, last one, would you rather be the sole culture change leader at Riot Games for a very modest salary until the task is completed, until the Riot Games culture is a positive, inclusive culture, or make a ton of money, but you have to actively contribute to all of the culture issues at Riot? So you're farting in people's faces,
Second one.
but you're a VP. Or you have to, or you get to go in and fix all the problems, but you're only making like $40K a year
Second
in
one.
Southern California.
It feels like you just described capitalism, but
So what would you rather? Trent, you would rather be the face farter?
Yeah.
yeah, it depends. If I choose the other one, the non-face farter, is Trent the face farter?
Yeah. So that's how this question
Yes.
is One of
the
us
other
is one, and the other
is
person is the other.
Would you want
Well,
to come battle Trent? Do you think you could win?
No.
Oh, sorry. The
Trent
other
is
thing is
fucking
you can't
disgusting.
fire anybody. That was the other thing.
Oh, I'm the guy. Oh,
You're changing the
But
culture.
I can fire whoever I want.
You're the face farter. You
You're-
can't fire
you're
JD,
fired.
though. You can't fire JD.
no, he'll just stalk
Just
me
fart
and find
in
out
your
who's
face.
helping me and fire them. No, there's no way.
No,
to
no one
win.
can help you. That's why I said you're the sole culture change leader. That's it. It's
How
just
many
you.
employees are at Riot?
Well, I don't get a
Couple
like.
thousand. You don't have a team.
I don't have staff or
Nope. It's just you.
like a volunteer group at work that people
Nope.
can
You
like,
are the staff.
like a small Slack
It's just
channel
you.
that
Do
people
you
can
think they would give you a group?
$40,000 a year, and you have people working under you.
You're an outside consultant that they've brought in to finish this job.
You are the only person in the entire office that has a specific color of badge that you have. Everyone knows you're a fucking pariah because it's literally on
You're
your
already-
badge is two times as large as everyone else's. It's like
It's
a
a security-
eight and
It's got a
half-
big smiley
8.5
face on it.
by 11 badge you have to wear around. And it's like heavy. Yeah, I'll do that job. I'll do that fucking job. That sounds hilarious.
You versus Trent.
Make your life so miserable.
Trent is
No,
going
dude,
to
I would
fart
I would just
on
constantly
you.
leak to the press. Like it would be a direct
I don't
line.
care. I'm still making $1
My
billion.
fucking
He doesn't
inbox
care.
would be a
Dude.
direct line to the press.
His bonus was $4 million. So, I mean, come on.
Yeah,
I'll just pay off the press. I mean, that happens,
He
right?
does not care.
This is a classic David and Goliath story.
This is your classic David and Goliath situation. So we've got David over here.
No, I'm David.
Is that your last one?
Yeah, that was my last
I
one.
So
love
where do
those
we end
good
up
stuff.
here? Glass Joe situation.
Yeah.
Trent's still
This is-
waiting
you're not.
for, like,
there
a
is
big
no.
finale.
Oh, there's no finish.
You're not sleeping.
It's
with
not like all
anyone.
of my questions tell
Yeah,
something
Trent got
about
super
me.
distracted because he was trying to figure out where he would go on a honeymoon with Glass Joe, and he's like, sorry, can you repeat the question?"
So since I was on here last time, I've been really thinking about Glass Joe a lot.
I've really done a deep dive into Glass Joe.
I got a lot of pictures up on the wall.
Dice of destiny.
Imagine having multiple pictures of Glass Joe on your wall. The one would be funny. Multiple, someone comes into your apartment and they're like, "What's wrong with
So who is this guy? This Glass Joe, dude
you?"
from Punch Out.
From Punch Out, Mike Tyson's Punch Out. Remember?
Oh, so you like Punch Out? No.
Oh,
Glass
just
Joe.
Glass Joe,
Huge
like a
Glass
big
Joe
Glass
fan.
Joe guy.
What's Punch Out?
Dude,
fucking
he's
love
coming back.
Oh, I just really like this guy.
I saw him on a poster.
I think he looks
he
good.
looks so sick. You know he's the weakest one.
If you go to buyfullbodyarmors.com, you can get a wearable Master Chief armor
Okay, do
for
it.
Challenge.
$3,700.
Do
See
it.
if you can make it the next year. You can't leave your house. without
What
putting
do
it
I
on.
get out of this other
Nothing.
than I lose
You said you want to.
$3,700?
You said you want
You win
to.
the bet.
This isn't real armor, though. Okay, I know we played a sound clip and then just forgot about it, but this is Dice of Destiny. We play this game at the end of every episode, and what we do is we roll a 20-sided dice that has 20 different game genres assigned to it. We roll a 6-sided dice to see how much money you can spend on the game. Then finally we roll another 6-sided dice to see who has to find a game that fits those parameters, pick it, and play it. So Peterson, last week he rolled a... What did you roll?
It was a
Survival?
funny game.
Funny game?
Funny for $30 or something. $40.
And you picked one.
And I picked one called Head Hunters or Head.
Yeah.
What was it called?
Headhunters. Or Head Snatchers.
Head Snatchers. I picked Head Snatchers.
Wiener Snatchers.
So I know this is the second time in a row I had to call somewhat of an audible because Head
Respect
Snatchers didn't really work. Well, the game worked okay, but it's a party game, and I was trying to hook up multiple controllers, and we were having issues with the controller connections, and so I was like, "F it, I'm not playing this." Like this, I was too frustrated. Because they were doing their sale, and while I was looking over funny, there was a game that caught my eye, and then it went on sale for I think $5, but it's normally only $15. So this game that I ended up playing, and I'm so glad I did, was called Epic Fantasy Battle 5,
Cool.
which sounds like
Not a funny game.
Sounds like a mobile game.
no, it
that's gonna
sounds like
rip
a
me
mobile
off.
game.
Yeah, yeah.
And you honestly would think that this game, I will start off by saying, was incredible.
This is a funny game?
I was blown away from the start. I think I'm 10 hours in, and I love it. So, Epic Fantasy Battle 5 was made by one guy. All of the Epic Fantasy, I guess it's a series, made by one guy. His name is Matt Roshak. Roszak.
Oh.
Matt Roszak made these games, and this has killer reviews. I'll say why it is funny. So your character starts off. It's a JRPG,
Turn-based
fighting
That's
JRPG.
all I needed to see.
I mean, the gameplay is classic. You walk around in the world, and then you get into
So
a
it's a
battle.
turn-based RPG that has like an overworld. It's not just
Yep, has an overworld.
like an endless dungeon type deal.
Nope. And your character is a, like, I don't know, teenage kid. And what starts you off on your journey is you're playing video games, and you hear a big loud thud, and the power goes out, and you're like, what the heck? And they make a whole big thing of it. You haven't been outside in a long time. Like, you don't go outside because you just play video games all the time, but you're a pirate kid. You live on an island. All these monoliths or something were falling from the sky, and so you're like, I got to go figure this out because I want to play video games again. And your partner is a cat called like Mr. No Legs or something.
Sure.
And he's really funny. He talks throughout the thing, but doesn't. It just meows, meow, 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 and everyone responds to him like they know what he's saying.
Like Groot, classic Groot
Yeah,
situation.
it's a classic Groot situation. So let's see, and then you pick up it's JRPG. You pick up
Just have
like
to keep
party members
referencing
as
Disney.
you go.
Yeah, duh.
We have to.
You have to stay on brand.
You're picking up characters as you go. Your character's favorite thing is like stealing, and you kind of think your character's kind of a scumbag because all he wants to do is just go steal stuff.
Like Baby Groot.
In like Baby Groot.
Okay.
In JRPGs, right? You just go around and you're like picking up stuff from
Right.
people's houses, and there's much
chests everywhere.
and people are like, "Hey, that was mine," and you're like, "Sorry, you know the
I'm on
rules.
a
You
quest."
leave it out, and I get it."
This office. And my adventure through this office. All right, here we go. We're going to just steal a couple of things.
Excuse me, can I help you?
Starting with common office objects.
Hey, that's my stuff.
Such as staplers and pins and all sorts of things such as that.
That's it, I'm calling security. What? No!
This is pretty much the game.
It's just steely.
So there's lots of sarcastic commentary in it. The game makes fun of itself as being like, it talks about all the JRPG tropes. There's a cool, I'm obsessed with it because I love collecting. There's a capture mechanic like Pokemon, and it references Pokemon several times. There's even characters that look like a Pikachu and I think a Jolteon.
Nice.
And so when you're battling, if you get the character's health low enough, you can select on your turn to capture it, and you might be able to capture it. And you can capture anything. You can capture like big bosses. It just drops a gigantic crate on them, and you can capture them.
Dude.
There's tons of loot. There's weapons, armor.
How much was this?
Trinkets.
$5.
It's $15 normally.
Oh.
So it's still it's nothing. Lots of tactics. So your guys have different abilities that have like different nature types of attack. Like there's a wind attack and a fire attack. And then you can
Overwhelmingly positive.
I'm telling you,
is
it's
the response.
it's
on
phenomenal.
Steam with 1,500 reviews. Overwhelmingly positive.
Lots of references. There's Final Fantasy references. There's Pokemon references. Google. One of the characters you pick up is a fascist. At one point, you're battling the fascists, just cause I don't know why. And lots of puzzles. And every time there's a puzzle, your character gets so mad. He's like, "Ugh! Why can't we just skip these stupid puzzles?" He hates the puzzles.
I love this.
There's tons of
Trent is. We're watching the Steam trailer right now, and Trent is just lost his mind.
It's really great. It is honestly, guys. This game was a breath of fresh air. No. I'm 10 hours in.
30 hours long.
I think he said it's like 30 hours, and I am not close to stopping.
Wow.
I want
I was
to
gonna
play
say, you're gonna
so
finish this.
bad.
Dude, there's all your questions, all your would you rather's are in here.
It's so
Dude,
fun.
there's like
It's
a
so much
woolly
fun.
mammoth.
That's one of my abilities. As I have a hat. It's like
I want to play
woolly
this.
looking
I
hat.
want to play this on the Switch.
I
Damn
know
it!
that's what I was thinking.
And like your hat periodically calls in a woolly mammoth that will just run in and smash everyone.
So like summons.
One guy made this.
One dude. I'm telling you, the music in it is great. The commentary throughout the whole game is hilarious. The tutorial is essentially your character making little side comments as you do stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Like it
It's
doesn't
so
have a
cute.
tutorial. It's just like Here it goes. And that's the whole thing. You're fighting all these beasts that are like really cute. And then you're like, should we be killing these? But your guy's eats them all, I guess. He's really hungry. And he's like, I got to eat up though. And he's just killing beasts.
Yeah,
he's like, I got to eat it. Dude,
This is awesome.
I'm not kidding. I would have never, if I wasn't looking for a funny game, a game tag this funny, I would have never
search
seen this.
for the you searched through the
in
funny
Steam.
tag?
Yeah, I searched the funny tag, and this one just popped up, and I was like, "This looks interesting."
awesome.
But it sounds like a mobile game, and I'm telling you,
And it doesn't sound like it would be
It's
funny.
so
It just sounds like
good.
a crappy mobile RPG.
no, not at all. It doesn't sound funny at all, and it's so funny. The gameplay is so fun. It's very, very, very deep in terms of like the customization and all that stuff. I'm telling you, this game is incredible. If you like turn-based JRPGs, this is an absolute must-buy. It's $15 on Steam. It's a blast.
Wow.
Dude, I love that. And a shout out to our website right now, just because it's, you kind of mentioned, you want to play Dice of Destiny with us, you can go to 3bitgamershow.com/dice. And like Peterson said, like sometimes like you would never play a certain game because you aren't like, I'm
never
going
played
to
this.
just search through a very specific genre on Steam and see what's up. So you go to 3bitgamershow.com/dice. You press, first of all, you can see all the games we played in the past with our review on them. So you can see, in our review is buy, don't buy, or buy at any price. And it sounds like this
Buy
is
on
buy
sale.
This is buy at any price.
Yeah, 'cause the price is $15. Just buy it.
Oh, yeah. So definitely check that out. And if you hit, and you can roll for yourself, like I just rolled, and it was a zombie game for $50 or less, a platformer, survival. So we have like 37 different categories on here and all the different ways you can roll. So check it out, 3bitgamershow.com/dice, and you can play along with us and discover cool new games. It's awesome.
Okay, so I'm going to do a reroll.
You need a break because you're playing like 60
Dude, I've
games
done like
right now.
3 in a row, I think.
What's like our biggest? What's one of our bigger dice? Is it just the 20
Hey,
or the?
No, we'll still do it.
Okay,
I'll still be in it,
but just one.
Yeah, I'll have one number.
Okay, so let's do the genre first.
Genre, 20-sided die for our genre. You got the list up?
I got it up.
It is a 15.
That's a 2D game. Any
Ooh.
2D game.
Oh, tight.
So this game would have worked.
Yeah.
Yep.
Def.
Yep. Okay, so it has to be tagged as 2D.
Okay,
I guess.
and then roll for price.
the price, so we roll 6-sided die, and you get 10 times whatever. So I rolled a $60 or
Any-
less.
So
So
any
like
game.
anything.
Any 2D game ever. If you find a $60 2D game, though, let me know.
Okay, so who's what?
What are you playing?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. JD will be 1-2. Trent will be 3-4, and I'll be 5. And
who's
6 is a reroll.
6, we flip a coin.
Yeah. Okay.
6, I get to pick one of our listeners who has to do it.
Okay, go.
Hot to 6.
Wait, I'm 1-2. I'm what?
You're 3-4.
I'm 3-4.
JD's 1-2. I'm 5. 6.
6.
Reroll. Oh gosh, thank
I'm
goodness.
so nervous.
1.
So that's me?
Yep.
I have
You've
to play a
gotta
2D game. Okay.
Just give it to Jenna. She'll find you a good one.
She has like 500.
I know.
Oh my god! I think we have to have Jenna on to actually talk about. She has a laundry list. She sent me and we just added this one, the wild one, whatever that is. It's like 15 games that all come out in next year or the year after. It's ridiculous. She's like, I don't have any games to play. She's just ticked because like all the cool games they're not out yet. Yeah. All right, guys, that does it for us this week. To play us out, we have the Age of Empires 2 soundtrack. Dude, this is one of the biggest potentials to whiff if these guys screw up the soundtrack on Age of Empires 4. But the song they played in the trailer, yeah, they'll probably just remaster it. The song they played in the trailer
will mod it and just
makes me think they won't be that big of a deal. Yeah. So, guys, if you want to see our show notes for the week, why don't you hop on our website at 3bitgamershow.com/notes, and we have notes with all the links and stuff. If you don't want to do that, you can always follow us on social media at 3bitgamershow on Twitter and Facebook. I'm JD, logging off.
This is Peterson going AFK.
This is Trent signing out.
Peterson Productions. Oh, yeah.